70% of board members report that their meetings are about looking in the rearview mirror, that it's about reporting, compliance, budget, all important, all necessary, all need to be discussed. I think the challenge is, how do you then take that board agenda and flip it so that it is more forward-looking? Think back to the evolving roles. Forward-looking, long-term strategies, sustainability, dealing with disruption and risk. How do you flip that agenda? So one way is making sure the board is scanning the horizon. What's the external landscape look like, not only what's internally? Standing agenda items. This sounds intuitive, but it's not necessarily, again, given the changing landscape. Best practice agenda items include prioritizing those forward-looking, long-term topics, such as strategy and disruption and risk. Is the board having the conversations that might potentially change your strategy or your operating model? Second, cybersecurity, standing agenda item going forward for boards. Third, long-term talent development. And fourth, an executive session. It's important for the board to have that private time without management being present, to have candid conversations. Now, as a former CEO, I didn't like when they had executive sessions because I didn't know what they were talking about and I wasn't sure what the outcome might be. Who does like that? But it's the right thing for the company and it's really important for the board. For board packets, there's a Goldilocks solution in here somewhere. If you show a director a board packet, one director may say, too much information, just take this out. Another director may say, I don't think it's enough information. That's pretty typically how it works. So the conversation between the CEO and the board about what is the Goldilocks solution for them, the just right information, is important. So you need to ask yourself, if you're a board member, when you get your board packet, is this information that is sufficient to help you make decisions? One other thing about board packets, they should be received at least a week in advance. Not morning of, not 2 days of. It sounds easy to do. If you want your board members to show up prepared, you need to help them be prepared and get them the relevant documents in good time. So the bottom line for a meeting, you want it to be efficient and effective and productive. So the board meeting is a place for discussion and debate and decision making, not just necessarily the rear view mirror. I've worked with some clients, I've looked at their board agendas and strategy's not on it, or if strategy's on it, it's at the end, and then you run out of time. So it never really fully gets discussed. So think about it as a best practice, flipping that agenda.